How's it going today? This is Kaijime Addict, your host, and I'm coming at you with a new review on a kind of new figure, but a new figure for me completely. I don't have anything from this. This is the Robot Spirits Neon Genesis Evangelion or Rebirth of Evangelion Prototype-00. This is my first Evangelion figure. This is my first Robot Spirits figure, and I've only had it out of the box for about an hour and a half, and I can tell you right now, I may be a little biased towards this figure. I really do enjoy this figure. So, let's dive right into the figure, take a close look at the detail, the articulations, a few size comparisons, and let's just enjoy this figure together, shall we? Alright, so starting off with the paint apps slash just the sculpt of the figure, this figure is absolutely impressive. When I took it right out of the box, I was blown away. The paint job on this figure absolutely is just, it pops. I don't know. It's the color scheme on it's really nicely done. The cleanliness of the paint is really done, and the sculpt and just like the body of the figure is perfect. It's nice and creepy, just how I like my EVAs. So the articulation on this figure is absolutely superb. One thing that I kept noticing when I was looking at reviews of all of the Evangelion figures that are mostly available or about to be available, is that when Tamashii Nations does these Robot Spirits figures, that the articulation is on point. And well, let's just say that it is. So let's look at the articulation in the head. So the head can look all the way up for the most part. It can look really far down with both joints. Obviously, with this EVA, most of the time it's got a head like that. Kind of creepy looking. Definitely not of this world. The shoulder blades here on our articulation points, they move around with the figure. Very nice, very clean. So if I lift the arm up, I go with them. Obviously, the arm goes more than 90 degrees out. Very nice. It's got kind of a second hinge in there. So it's got a kind of half ball peg. It's not like a true ball peg or a butterfly joint, excuse me. It's a ball peg. There's also a hidden thigh upper arm swivel. Oh my goodness. Arms obviously twist out as well. So you can get that curve there. It's got a single joint in the elbow, but the elbows actually pull down. So I didn't pull it all the way down. That's just part of the way. Mine's still a little tight. Feeling a little bit of friction, so we're not going to push it too much. If the upper arm joint isn't enough for you, the elbow also twists. The hands are on the typical SH Figure Arts joints, so I'm not really going to go over those. I think just about everyone knows what those are like. Super good range. So especially on these figures because they have to hold their guns and their knives. So the waist joints are absolutely impressive. That's all of them in once. And that's all of them leaning back. That's just impressive to me. Just impressive. That's about all I can say is it's... I wish we could get this type of crystal clear articulation with the Dragon Ball figure arts. The legs go all the way up, pretty far back, and then they drop down, which pretty much finishes off the rest of their articulation. When I was watching the reviews, I was a little shocked when people said they had the drop down, because I thought that was an ancient technology, but no, with these Robot Spirits figures, boy, does it help. Also has the thigh swivel in there, and it's kind of on like a ball joint, so it kind of adjusts just all together. It's got two joints at the knee, and then the kneecap also articulates. The ankle goes all the way down, pretty far up. That's about as far as you want to go. This little front piece articulates. Super crazy ankle pivot. and a really good toe hinge too, in my opinion. So yeah, that's pretty much the articulation for this figure. Top notch. Some of the best that I've ever seen. All right, so there's a ton of accessories with this figure, so we're going to try to move nice and quick. First, we've got the machine gun turret. It has 2 articulation points. The barrels turn, and where you change the drum out, I think that articulates. The figure holds these nice and firm. It's also almost as tall as the EVA, so that's really, really cool. I'm a very big fan of that machine gun. We also have the rifle here. Looks epic. Looks like it inspired some Halo weapons, in my opinion. And also, every 90s random robot would have a rifle that looked almost exactly like this, so it probably helped inspire things a little bit. We also have the knife here, which is super articulated. I love the fact that the sharp end of the blade has that nice clean silver and the rest of the blade has the dull. It just looks really, 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 really epic. Huge fan of that. I want to take some pictures because the light setup I have really helps make that blade shine. Next, we have the umbilical cord, which is pretty much the energy source to make these EVAs last longer. When they detach this themselves, they have a limited amount of power. So it plugs into the back, and then the bottom of it plugs into a Tamashii Stage Act. The cord itself is a bendy wire, but just be careful. I think by now most people know that bendy wires are pretty great when done correct. In this point, I feel like they'll probably wear out after time, so gotta be careful with that. We've got a ton of hands here. We're gonna try to go through these quick. So we got fist hands that look really nice. We've got chopping hands that look excellent. I'm just dropping everything in my speed. We've got obviously some trigger figure hands because we've got guns. At least we got guns with this figure. Harley Quinn, Deadpool. We've got gripping hands for the guns / other things. And the last set of hands, very thankfully, we've got splayed open hands that look very, very epic. Very nice, very detailed. All the hands look great. We do have a groin piece here, a connector port. These are pretty fragile. I don't think I would use it. The hole where the umbilical cord plugs in, you can put a Tamashii stage. Just plug the arm right in. Just be gentle, obviously. We have its locked down phase with the cross. This goes on the hunchback here, right there. This cross is very breakable, so be careful. that's all I'm gonna say. And the handcuffs, which are also breakable and have no articulation and are a pain in the butt to put on. So we're gonna see if I'm gonna use a photo of it. They look nice. It's just a pain in the butt. We also have a armor change. So we have the base armor set. I do believe this is the first fight that we see this EVA in. If I remember correctly, before it gets damaged in battle, that or it's from the anime series, and I believe this is the movie look. I can't remember. These are the different shoulder pieces. The arms plug in, plug out. Very nice looking. And of course, the thighs there, you can kind of see they have white points, which these look nice. Those go right there. So an absolute ton of accessories for an absolute amazing figure. Let's get into the size comparisons to see how he stands with everyone else. All right, let's look at a few size comparisons here before we get to the final thoughts. So I'm going to bring out 2 anime style figures because, I mean, this is an anime. So we've got, as each figure art's cooler. It was obviously larger, but I still really like the scale, just to kind of show. I've got a bunch of different people, or different styles of people who watch my videos, so I like to include as much differences as I can. Here's, of course, May, Figma, Summer Jolter. Much taller than her. That'd be a kind of interesting little throwdown. I feel like she'd get frustrated with these EVAs. And of course, because they share the same director, Hideaki Anno also made my favorite Godzilla movie. Directed it, I should say. We've got Shin right here. Now that's a fight I want to see right there. I want to see the EVAs versus Shin, because oh boy, would that be a fun video. All right, that's about it for size comparisons. Let's move right on into my final thoughts. My final thoughts for EVA 0 from Robot Spirits is I'm absolutely blown away. This figure's fantastic. The articulation's great. There's a ton of accessories with the handcuffs being really the only one that's not too great because they're hard to use. And I mean, what else do you want me to say? This figure's amazing. The figure easily gets a 9 out of 10 from me. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. As I always say, peace, rock on, stay safe, collect all monsters, everyone. Go to the Facebook group, and thanks for watching.